The aim training trend has absolutely blown up. It's so big that it's mainstream from pros to normal people who want to improve, which is insane. But the downside of all of this is whenever something starts to become mainstream and popular, it starts getting flooded with hucksters and misinformation trying to take advantage of people. I've seen an absolutely insane amount of aim training tips and routines being promoted that at best do nothing but drain your energy and at worst actually make you aim worse. I recommend a ton of routines in my own videos, and I want to make it clear that I personally tried everything that I ever recommend, but this is a very new field and things are always subject to improve. In this video, I want to give you guys a list of core aim training tips that actually work. I will not be mentioning crosshairs, sensitivities, or anything similar. I have a separate, more in-depth video on these. If you want a full list of my playlists and a free FAQ, go to the link in the description. Let's get into it. We'll take a look at someone I coached and how we worked to eliminate his issues. The first thing I want you to notice is how his movement and mouse aren't correlated. He's moving in a direction, yet not adjusting his mouse towards the enemy until he stopped. This is wrong. You want to be moving and aiming at the same time so you actually land on the target by the time you stop. We notice how his first shot accuracy is off, and even when he gets the kill, he saves it pretty poorly. Against higher competition, he'll be dead. Taking a look at his 1 month progress, you'll see how he's more stable, confident, and hitting his shots. Even when he misses, he recovers very well. I want you to pay close attention to how his movement is. What you'll never see is aimers use those routines that come default with Kovacs. That's because they attack a broader audience, lacks depth, and overly niche into their game. While they attack some basics, you'll be lucky if you see any progress at all. They will never compare to the results you get with a custom playlist attacking your weaknesses like the one I gave my friend over here. Let's get into how I changed his aim. Easy yet precise dynamic. It improves first shot accuracy, gets those flicks on point, and helps you to flick and micro adjust smoothly. Whether you're playing a TAC FPS game or you're just looking to get more shots on target, we're including the best static has to offer with tracking. First shot accuracy is hyper important even in tracking games, as it puts more shots on target, actually allowing you to track less. You see a lot of pro routines use this, and it's for a reason. We all know how important aim is for your game and enjoyment in games. For most people, the amount of time they put in is correlated to how easy it is to get results. I would spend hours every week with no results, and it's a huge waste. Spotting my weaknesses and creating my own routines is what got me the aim I have today. Trust me, it's going to be a game changer on your aim. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but taking the best part of other people's routines and understanding why it helps you will be a game changer. Reflex scenarios. This aim field is actually magic. It's no bullshit. It feels like you're fighting in an actual game, and somehow it pushes you in ways that force improvement. It's so effective that you'll literally play the next game with great aim because you're actually being punished for missing. There's no other aim field like this, and the pros know it, which is why it's frequently used in many of my custom routines. I tried playing without reflex scenarios, but I always come back to this basic field. It's important, however, to not start off too difficult and have a solid foundation before attacking these. The best way to go about this is to gradually increase the difficulty. Search Reflex 600 MS, and if that's too easy or too hard, you go down to 500, 400, and so on, gradually making it harder and smaller as you go. One target scenarios. Of course, what helps is highly subjective, and it comes down to your personal needs. But if you're still only using 1 wall 6 targets, while it's a solid scenario, it doesn't cover all of our clicking needs. You need to use something that surprises you. When you have no information and a bot suddenly appears, similar to how a gunfight works. My current favorites are Valorant Micro Shot Small, RX Swap Check, and Amer's Horizontal Switch. And these three powerhouses have never let me down. Pokeball has well-documented benefits for your aim. It improves lines, micros, and especially your first shot accuracy. However, a lot of people on YouTube recommend playing it very casually, which I think is a terrible idea. Starting off, you want to focus on clean lines and moving in one swoop motion, almost like you're dragging your hand through water. This is called smooth pathing and will make your future flicks more consistent. And as you start consistently landing closer to the target, you want to drop this technique and actually playing as you normally would. Peak practice. For those looking for realistic duels, peak practice is a solid choice. They're straightforward to play, just move and click. The key ingredient, which is the lack of information, works by surprising you with said information, not to mention you're actually moving, giving you a realistic view on how a duel works. You'll start seeing results quickly with this one, with the full effects just being one part of your aim training, but makes a huge difference in your overall aim. Precision tracking. I'll never stop recommending precision tracking and smoothness. When I first started, I used to spam reactive. There wasn't a bunch of information like there is now, but I thought this is how an enemy moves, so it must be good. But from talking to aimers and reviewing a lot of VODs, it's clear about its effectiveness. Smaller, more precise targets will improve your ability to stay on target, smoothly track, and adjust your crosshair live. But as of 2024, tons of new information has come out showing a bunch of benefits from maiming smoothness. I personally took a break from smoothness for a month or so, and I got back onto it, and you can really see a stark difference in your aim immediately. I now maximum include 1 or 2 reactive scenarios in my routines. That's really all you need, and I highly recommend it. Multi-click scenarios. This aim field is very small and a solid choice for those struggling to keep their crosshair on target. It forces you to click on the bot multiple times instead of just once, which goes to work your overall stability, tracking, and clicking abilities all combined. It overall makes you feel more confident in your aim and is great if you're coming from games where one headshot isn't always enough. While I can give you recommendations on what I personally use, not everyone has the same aim needs like me. So what I'm working on right now is doing a ton of research on different aim types and what works best for them. Make sure to sign up for my aim coaching below. This is going to be the best way to improve. And if not, I have a bunch of free resources you can take apart in my Discord. You'll find what works best specifically for your aim type. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching.